Well, the snow's starting to fly, kinda, around here. I know it is for a lot of guys watching. You might be in the mountainous area or maybe in Gaspé, Quebec. 4 feet already. It's crazy. 4 feet of snow. It's coming up to the top of the stop signs. It'll be good. Good to go there probably in another few weeks. I think you gotta have about 6 or 8 feet to get over top of the trees and the stumps and the rough brush. But now I need to deal with this IQR. Now, I don't know if you guys remember what happened to this last year, but you know, this is the way I sort of do things. A lot of people break things off camera and then they never really tell you about it. They never tell you what really happened to it. I tell you all those mistakes I make, and that's just what I do, and you guys appreciate it. Sometimes it makes me look like a bit of a fool, but you know what? I am a bit of a fool. That's just my life. So what happened here, Dan made me this awesome engine, Indy Specialty Motorsports, Dan Turin. I had a great chat with him. He's just the kind of guy that I like to deal with. No complaints at all. And we wanted to go with the 800 on top of the 600 case, which is not a big deal. When I first got the engine, we ran it up on the dyno at Jaws. And it was great. 155 horsepower on Greg's dyno. Every dyno is different. We all know that. Ran it up there, got it home, started it up, stood on it, and it was shaking my feet off. I didn't know what was going on. I could really feel a big vibration through the sled, rev it up vibration. Looked at the end of the PTO, the clutch. You could see it moving. And I got on the phone, I called Dan up. I said, Dan, I got a vibration in this engine. I don't know what's going on. Kind of scares me. I can really feel it through my feet. He said, Louis, box it up, send it back to me. I'll put another one in the mail right now. And that's how fast that conversation happened. He looked after me in a heartbeat. So I took the motor out, I sent it back to him, and I got the new motor, put it back in the sled, same thing. I called him up, he said, Louis, you know, I checked the crankshaft on that engine, the original one I sent to you, and it's fine. It was almost perfect as far as balancing goes. And he said, you know what, we didn't really think about this, but it's a really rigid chassis, this IQR chassis. It's got really rigid engine mounts on it, and it's just transferring all that vibration from the motor right through to your feet. You can feel it. Sure enough, that's exactly what it was. But I was extremely pleased with the way Dan at Indy Specialty Motorsports handled that whole situation. It was a learning experience for me. I'll be honest with you, when I'm dealing with something like the Rev, it's a very smooth idle. Really, you know, like a kind of a crisp idle, which is really nice. The Polaris is just different, especially in this chassis. And I've driven the Pros, the RMKs, and it's basically the same thing. They just have that vibration. So, tired, yes. Overworked, yes. Not thinking clearly, yes. It's all my fault. Then what happens is we take this sled, I get it all tuned up, dialed in for the races, so Simon could take this thing and run it at the races at the very end of the year. I think it was around April 19th. It was running well. He took it to the races, and then it ate a reed. Was only getting about 7,000 RPM out of it. Wasn't running very well at all for him. So I was in Mexico at the time. That's why I wasn't there to race it myself. Gotta take a break sometime, right? Bring the family for a little trip. So I got back. We were leaving to go to Gaspé 2 days later, and I had to work a 24-hour shift at the fire hall. I did that. I know this is a long story, kind of dragging, right? I changed the reeds out, threw everything back together, threw it on the back of the truck after my 24, drove 13 hours, unloaded it off the truck. 15 minutes later, not even, seized up. I forgot to tighten the clamps on the carb boots. Rookie move, yes. Tired, yes. You know what? I shouldn't be so hard on my kids all the time. I make mistakes too, so that's just the way it went down. There's no fault of Dan's. It's just a whole series of me kind of being overworked, and you know what? I'm sort of gonna take it a little more easy this this winter and try to do more riding, focus on riding instead of, you know, building so much stuff. So what I need to do today, I want to pull the cylinder head, this mono cylinder, off of this 800. I'm going to try to do it right in the sled. I think I should be able to caulk it and get it out of there. We'll do that, see what kind of damage I've done, and then go from there. Right now I have absolutely no compression on one cylinder, and the other cylinder is down a lot. I think it's about 110. So I've definitely done a lot of damage. Not good. Let's get to it. Y'all can see what I did to it, because I broke it. And you know what? I got to get this going, because it's the time of year, man. It is the time to start rocking and rolling. And I still have some more testing I want to do on this. I've got some things I'm playing around with. A little more power, not quite sure. But I can't speak highly enough about Dan. He's a great guy to talk to. Really looked after me. Super guy. Look at this. I'm gonna take this out here. I really want to get this thing rocking and rolling, because it is time. It is time. I got it, Simon. There you go. Now, I'm hoping I could get this all out with this engine still in there. I should be able to. Oh yeah. Simon, can you grab the Evans coolant Liquivac, please? There. You see the powder valves, the SLP powder valves I put on? They work great. Yeah, forgot to tighten these. Leaned it out. Good times. I remember specifically, this is how it was going down. I was like this. I was inside the machine, and I can't just see there. I just put the new reeds in. I had the clamps just loosely, and I just put the carbs in. My phone rings, so I pull it out of my pocket. I'm talking, and it's my wife. When are you coming home? Okay, I'm just rushing here to get this done. Okay, well, dinner's ready. Okay, let's go. Well, that was it. And that's where it ended. Okay. Now, the good thing about this whole the saving grace, I'll say, about this whole thing, all the parts that Dan used when he does this long rod conversion, they're all standard parts from Polaris. So, you know, if you blow a piston, you can easily just use a Polaris piston, replace it. Head, same thing. Cylinder, same thing. Everything is the same. The only thing that's different are the rods and the base gaskets. They're just basically a thicker base gasket. That cylinder's not going to be too bad, but I don't have a good feeling. I got a bad feeling, to tell you the truth. Simon's over there working on the jet truck. Gonna do some cooking today on the jet with the jet truck. It's gonna be awesome. But now it's all about sleds. Sleds. Dan's also come up with a pretty cool creation. It is a driver that goes on your axle shaft, and it's a roller driver. So each of the little introvert, what do you call them? Teeth? Yeah, kind of like the teeth. They grab onto the little nubs in your track. Each one of those is a roller. So it more or less cuts down on the friction. So for you guys drag racing, although it might not seem like a lot, that rubber with the plastic drivers grabbing onto it, you know what rubber's like. It really grips on pretty hard. So we might be talking, tenths of a second, I have no idea. But whatever it is, it's gonna make a difference. And any difference when it comes to drag racing is substantial. So we're gonna get some of those from him as well and try them out. Because we're gonna do a little bit of drag racing this year. There we go.
What are you gonna put them on?
I think on one of the revs. Turn you. Perfect. Poor old IQR barely got warmed up last year. But I'll tell you, when I did ride it, it was the nicest sled I've ever ridden. It was very nice. You hold that right in there, okay? I'll let her come out. It's pulling it in there. Everybody's thinking, why didn't your Evans coolant save you? Isn't it supposed to save all this damage? Well, not from a lean condition. It's not going to do much about that. Not too much at all. Okay. Cal, can you get a napkin, a rag, and mop that up, please? Thanks, buddy. I don't know, you're going to have to look around.
I don't think you're getting that head off with it in the sled.
I'll get the cylinder head off. You don't think I'll get the cylinders out?
No.
Let's
You
see.
don't have the clearance.
I don't, eh?
No, you don't.
Hmm.
That's a challenge.
Let's see. So, Jamie, you don't think so, eh?
No. Head, yes. Cylinders, no.
I really hope I don't have to take this whole engine out. I think we had this engine out before in about 5 minutes. Well, let's just see. Because if I nuke it out in the bush, it'd be nice to know if I could pop it out and then go get the parts and then come back in. Do some fixing. That's my reality. So if you look at this here, no signs of detonation or anything. Darn thing's barely been warmed up, to tell you the truth.
Oh, look at that. Skirt broke? Oh.
Let me see.
These rings are fused.
Well, there you go. It did on the exhaust side. Okay, well, let's take a look at this baby. This is what I'm concerned about right here. definitely, see, you can see the cross hatching on this one. This one didn't have any issue. There's a cross hatching on that. On this one, she's a little rougher. There's no doubt.
Look at your power valve.
That's fine. I already did. If that's something happened here. Right by that. Can you turn that light on now?
It's on.
Yeah, there's a crack.
In the head?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right at the bottom there.
Right there?
Yeah.
You see
Right
it?
here, eh?
Yeah, keep going. Yeah, the whole thing is cracked. Yeah. She's toast. She's no good. Garbage.
So can he change the sleeve?
These aren't sleeved.
No way.
No. No, I can order one up.
Well, isn't that a special head? Didn't he long rod that or something?
No, you long routed the crank.
The rods.
Just need this. Just need that shim.
That's all I need. I'll pop that out and I'll just get a new cylinder head. Okay.
Just because I was thinking the block, it's like I didn't know if that was something he did.
I think he just did that. So that's it. Big trouble in Little Chinatown. I don't know what that means, but at least I know what's going on. Pay attention to your sleds, boys. Expensive mistake right there. Even today I didn't get a good sleep. Who knows what I'm going to do when I'm going to wreck. Anyway, I got to thank you guys for coming back as usual. We'll get this IQR up and running in short order. Get a new set of pistons and put those on the wall of shame. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out my forum, www.powermods.com/forum. Go in there and check it out. Have a chat. Ask some questions about that. We do have another IQR. It looks awesome. We put the RMC graphics on it when we were at the show. We're going to take this out today. I think we're going to race the jet truck. Make sure you come back and watch that. Okay, Simon, where are we, buddy?